Welcome everybody to the Predator review. Now guys, this is a full spoiler review, so be warned, we're about to go into detail about this film. Now joining me today is my son Joshua, and of course Rick, and
Hey, guys.
I'm Jace, and well guys, we just walked out of a very interesting film.
We did.
Now before we get started with this film, I think this been released only a couple of days ago, and the buzz has been very mixed on this film. Currently, it sits at a 34% on Rotten Tomatoes. That is correct, with an audience score of 52%. That means basically 1 in 2 people who are going to see it did not like this film. Now, also on top of that, you have this cinema score, which is another reputable way of judging films, and they've given that a C+. So I just wanted to mention that because this film hasn't been given a, overall applaud or it's not well loved. Now the critics have been brutal on this. So I thought we would just set that up. Alright guys? Now, obviously we're our own people, we've made our own decisions. But let me ask you this question before we get into the review. Is this movie as bad as what the Rotten Tomatoes and cinema scores are saying, Josh?
No.
No.
I don't think so.
Oof, excellent. What about you, Rick? Is it as bad as what they're saying?
No way, nowhere near it. Nah.
Well, I probably sit on a little bit of the outer here, guys, because I do have some
Here we go.
with this film.
There's always
Which
one.
we'll get into it.
Yeah.
But before we do get into this film, let's have a talk of the cast that was in this film, which is one of the positive notes.
Yes, definitely.
And let's kick it off with the main star is Boyd Holbrook playing Quinn McKenna. We have Trevant Rhodes playing Nebraska Williams. Jacob Tremblay, which is the boy, he's playing Rory McKenna. We have Keegan Michael Key, which was a big surprise.
Big surprise.
Cast in this
For a
film,
comedian in this
playing
role.
Coyle. Olivia Munn. Whoa, there's a bit of controversy about her this week.
Yeah, there is.
Casey Brackett, Sterling K. Brown, who I'm a big fan of, playing Traeger. Thomas Jane. Wow, first time I've seen him in something.
Yeah.
Playing Baxley.
Well,
we have
besides-
Alfie Allen, who obviously comes from Game of Thrones.
Yep.
He played Lynch. Augusto Igleria as Nettles. And the last two are Jake Busey, who
Jake.
makes a
Yeah.
more than a cameo, a small role in this
Small,
film, playing
very.
Keys. And finally, Yvonne Strahovski playing Emily. And you may know her from the series Chuck. Alright, now the synopsis for this movie is basically this. From the outer reaches of space to the small town streets of suburbia, the hunt comes home. Now the universe's most lethal hunters are stronger, smarter and deadlier than ever before, having genetically upgraded themselves with DNA from other species. When a young boy accidentally triggers their return to Earth, only a ragtag crew of ex-soldiers and a disgruntled science teacher can prevent the end of the human race. And that is the synopsis.
Pretty basic.
That sums it up. Yeah.
Well, okay, and I suppose that kind of does sum up the plot. I am going to get kicking with this plot. This is a bad plot, guys. This is a very poorly written plot. It is, come on, straight after the bat. The characters are very one note, which I like in some aspects. But I tell you who most ruins this film for me,
Is it the kid?
and it's a big part of the plot, is Olivia Munn.
Oh, really?
The character herself, a fucking science teacher, all of a sudden, within 2 scenes, knows how to lower a semi-automatic weapon, jumping on top of buses, and saving the day. Now, come on, this is 2018.
Yeah, okay.
I may have bought that when I was 10, but I ain't fucking buying it now. It's
no.
lazy screenwriting. It's poor writing from Shane Black. I did expect better. Absolutely.
Okay.
It's an awful plot.
Yep.
What it does have though, and the only thing that does save the plot is a pretty good third act. So that is my assumption of the overall plot.
Yeah.
Josh, go. What is your thoughts on the plot?
I didn't really think much of it. It was pretty simple to understand, but it's really the only thing I really did enjoy about this movie is probably the characters. Other than that, I didn't really have any. See, I wasn't really thinking that in depth about it. I was just thinking is this movie going to be shit? And not really.
Rick?
Mate, for me, okay, going into this movie, I'm a big fan, obviously, of the original Predator and like everyone else. So, coming into this, and then until you've just said that, Jace, because we've just come straight from the cinema, we don't say anything in the car on the way up here, bang, Jace is like that on there. I see that point, but I actually didn't mind Olivia Munn in that role. I liked it. I thought it was great. But I didn't think too much of it because, to me, I just wanted to get this Predator movie on the big screen, see the Predator back, and then because it was Shane Black, so I wasn't really too fussed with that at all. But I liked her character. I thought she was good in it. She was badass.
Her character's superfluous, and all she is glue. She's glue between some of the other characters. And at the same time, you're trying to balance her as an action star as well as a parental matriarchal role for the young boy. It's lazy. It's not well done. And when you want to bring it to characters, the boy.
I know you had an issue.
The boy.
You had the issue from day one with the trailer.
This crossover from the plot to the characters. I am just done with Shane Black having 10-year-old boys in his film to somehow be the key, the main trigger to save the movie. Yeah. Now, he's done it in Last Action Hero, and absolutely Josh. Iron Man 3, and he's done it again. And I think it's almost on border level insulting that they would go ahead and make this kid on the spectrum and then coin it with this absurd terminology of he's the next step in evolution. Go fuck yourself with that garbage. It's not good enough, alright? But let's do a 180. The other characters in this film, now some of them are really good. Now, I'll tell you what really works in this film is the banter between the male cast characters of that crew.
And Keegan is the one that does it.
Keegan, Thomas Jane was really great playing his role. In fact, all of them,
two were,
the banter that they were, and that guy that played, he was the African American sidekick. What was his name in it? Oh, geez, I've gone blank now. Nebraska Williams. Now, Nebraska Williams, I've never seen this guy before, but I thought he played a very good offsider to McKenna. And, in many ways, he was kind of paralleling the character from the original Predator. Good old Action Jackson himself.
Oh, yeah.
But, the chemistry of those characters was really, really great. Do you guys agree?
Yeah. The whole bus scene and the apartment scene where they just going back and forth was fucking hilarious.
It was great. Great timing.
You could tell that though. I mean, Keegan, he's obviously a comedian and he's got that, so he knows how to deliver it. Yeah. But and I think that's what glues it. If you had someone else and trying to do that, I don't think it would have worked.
Yeah,
that's true.
What I will give the plot a little bit of a tick for. It's at least those characters were able to stay together probably to the third act, while obviously in the original Predator, they were starting to get knocked off one by one fairly early on.
Yeah.
In the film, we got to spend a bit of time with these characters, which does provide a bit of emotional depth when they start getting picked off because you've spent time with them.
That's right. Yeah.
So that really, really worked. So I thought the characters were quite good. Sterling K. Brown, I really did struggle with a little bit for being... Like these type of films, you just got to have a really bad guy.
Yeah, but it just seemed a little bit over the top with his...
he seemed a bit too hit for me.
It didn't... Some places it didn't work. I didn't...
Yeah. But I certainly loved... I thought how about you, Rick? Who are some of your favourite characters in The Predator?
Well, obviously, Keegan was one of them. And like I said, I liked Olivia Munn. I thought she was great. I thought she, as a character, as she handled herself. Besides what that. But they were standouts for me, definitely. A little bit disappointed Jake Busey wasn't much in it, but that's just.
Now, we've talked about the characters, but let's talk about probably the main characters and obviously the title of the film is based on the Predators. Now, we've gone in a different direction now. We've had our standard Predator, but now they have the upgraded Predators. The evolutionary, like a lot fucking bigger, 11 foot.
Yeah, they're huge.
Heaps more CG. But what did you think of that kind of politics mythology they brought into? Because it is politics. It's about how that guy was trying to clearly the one they killed, the predator that gets
beginning.
killed in this movie.
Yeah.
He's like a rebel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was trying to basically come to
Save
Earth
the
and
human race.
save the human race, which
That's what he
was
was doing.
which made one of the predators an environmentalist, which was a different way of going at it,
Yeah.
I think. Absolutely. But I really did love the characters of the Predator, certainly in the way they move, their tech. Yeah, absolutely. What do you think of the Predators?
The bit that I enjoyed is the fact that they tie up the fact that when they take trophies and their spines, they're not just using them as trophies.
Yes.
They're using them for like spinal fluid and brain tissue to help upgrade themselves, which I thought was actually really cool because that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, that was well written.
Yeah. Well, at the start, I originally thought that the Predator that we first get introduced to, I thought he was going to be the bad guy.
Yeah.
Because I probably didn't really pay too much attention to the trailer, but
Yeah.
but then the real big bad dude that comes in later on,
Was that a surprise to you?
he
thought
came
it was
in
Yeah.
a little bit, yeah. Because
What about for you, Rick? Was that a surprise?
Well, no, I thought it was going to go in a different direction. I thought the humans were hybriding, like
That old chestnut.
they were making that side of things. I didn't realise.
Yeah, that's
the
a good
direction.
point. It could have
That's
easily
how I
gone
thought
that
they were
way.
going to go that way. But
Yeah.
but overall, he was huge. The only thing I didn't like was the dog scenes. Like that was awesome. But then the dog all of a sudden becomes friends with the humans.
Okay,
So,
I have
it's
somebody
just like
that can deal with that only because I was watching it. He uses the calculus gun,
Yeah.
one of those air pressure.
the bolt things, yeah.
the bolt thing, and I think
So he lobotomizes it, kind of.
basically, I
Yeah.
think that's the thought of it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
And it takes
So
care of
he
the
just-
How
situation.
did he fucking know that shooting it in that
He didn't.
exact spot
He
was
didn't.
going
Gonna
to
do it.
somehow
And
do
that's
that?
and that's where the film falls down a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot of sequences of convenience.
Yeah,
Josh,
yeah.
Just to get him through, like Olivia Munn's character, it's convenient.
Just
that
to
she
have that.
knows
Goes from a biologist
She knows
to-
weapons better than most of the soldiers there.
Yeah.
and can jump on and
Yeah,
do all this.
like she
amazing
loads
stuff.
a grenade launcher and then shoots the engine of the ship.
But there
She
was
somehow
no
No
manages-
fear,
Yeah,
no
no.
fear in her
Yeah.
either.
Yeah,
You know, and that's what's missing from this film: fear.
And what did you think of? You know, they actually did pay homage to the original in the end. There was a couple of lines which
One of
everyone in
them
the cinema was like,
Is a goddamn aberration.
Yeah.
I know
and an
exactly what you're
embarrassment.
gonna
Was the
say.
chopper
And it
line?
was Jar Jar Binks level embarrassing.
So going to the chopper.
get
Get to the choppers. It made me cringe.
It was
in the cinema.
delivered in such a flat way, and it wasn't earned. It was just thrown in
And
there.
that was a
Like,
big responsibility.
I wasn't
The
expecting
audience
it to
as
come
a
as well.
whole grown.
Yeah.
We were watching.
We were like,
So,
but they had the sound, the score was in some scenes.
I
was very
don't know
good.
who's
I liked
actually
it.
written the score, but it was very,
It's very
very
I think
reminiscent
it's exact.
of the
I think it's
original.
exact.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah.
But I want to go back to the fear aspect. This is where the film has the ultimate. They've never gotten it since the first Predator. The first Predator works on an emotional level because you fear everything that's being presented in front of you. You're put into a situation you don't know, and people are dying in horrific ways, and you don't know which character's going to go. And once you've let that genie out of the bottle in Predator, you can't put it back in.
No.
And so they've not created that element of, holy shit, what's about to happen? What he's created is a sci-fi action film. And taken away some of the best parts of the Predator franchise. Predator 2 did a better job of capturing some of the elements of fear that the audience is supposed to feel while watching the film. This is not that film. But I'm not going to base my entire judgment on that alone. Because the action scenes are very, very good.
And a lot of the death scenes as well, they're graphic.
And it's
very
violent,
graphic.
guys.
Yeah.
I mean, it is horrifically
Yeah.
violent. I
We
mean,
actually get them seeing eat
there is
someone.
Yeah.
decapitations, there's
Yeah.
face eating,
There's
there's
face-
amputations, there's deboweling. I mean,
Yeah.
you name
Awesome.
it, they've thrown it in here, which is
Yeah.
kind of really, really good. But, I mean, look, every time I think about the action scenes, every time it's ruined by the visual of the small boy.
Okay.
Oh, come on,
Yeah.
man. They're going into an alien spaceship.
Yeah.
They don't know what they're walking
Yeah.
into. They're all armed to the teeth, but the kid, he just strolls on in. He doesn't have anything on him. It's okay. He takes the first steps down to the alien ship.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. And the other thing, because you're on the spectrum, you know alien vocabulary and
did-
binary code. I
Yeah.
mean, come on.
Oh,
man,
dude!
It's fucking shit. That's what that is. That is not good.
That is pretty bad writing. Like, how does he understand how to do that?
He doesn't.
He doesn't.
Because there are
can't.
there are people like on the spectrum that are smarter, but not smart to the point where all of a sudden you just fucking know how to read alien language and how to hack into things. Like he puts on the helmet and then it shows the memories of that predator, I think,
getting injected.
and then somehow he.
You know what I think? Shane Black's walked into a fucking meeting, right? He's going, right, guys, I've got your Predator sequel. E.T. versus Predator. Let's put them together, and that's the movie you got. Even down to that goddamn Halloween scene, where the kids are doing Halloween. It is a scene set in the forest, a lot of flashlights going around. It is heavily influenced by E.T. There's no doubt.
That's a fucking valid point. I didn't think of that.
Absolutely no doubt in my mind. Now, look, we've got to really go in a bit more into depth about the special effects side of things. Because like we said, there was some great gruesome deaths. Some of the CG was really
was a little
good.
bit, some
But
was bad.
holy shit.
There was some that was bad.
But that the Predator Killer, my God, there are scenes of that. It is like PlayStation 3 type of graphics at points when you're seeing the Predator Killer walk around. It just... He moves too smoothly, and he's like a broed up. You know, the way he walks. Do you even lift right?
There was a bit in the forest where he impales a guy and then pulls him up and then eats his face, and then some guy shines a flashlight on it, and I was like, "Holy shit! Am I watching?"
That was
I love what you said. It looked.
But what Shane Black's really good at doing as director is adding these little cool touches, and that's speckled throughout the film. Like even early on, where they kill that predator's knocked out. Yeah. And that guy's been killed, and the blood.
Oh, the blood on the front. Yeah,
covering him, and then that visual of his eyes.
Awesome.
I'm like, that's a fucking great visual.
Yeah.
That's really, really cool. And one of the scarier moments, probably the only time I felt a little speckle of fear in the film. What? Not really. You know, defecation is a different thing. No, it's not that. I just, Predator. Like what works so well about Predator is everything that works well in the Predator, except it was missing some of those things. And I guarantee you, the first Predator never would have put a fucking kid in there.
No.
Yeah,
but we gotta, remember, the original Predator will always be the original. It's always going to be the best, and everyone's always going to go back to that, and pick pieces from every movie about that movie. I just look, I like the movie overall. I think it was great. Yeah. What you're saying, Jace, with a lot of things, it was that way, with Olivia Munn and this and that. The kid really got you. Like you said from day one, the fucking kid. But yeah, I kind of get it. It could have been done a little bit better, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the movie.
Yeah, look, overall, it's not. It is absolutely not the worst Predator.
Yeah, no. Oh God, no.
In a series that has never been able to get it right, I would say that this film at least tries to swing for the fences. Yeah. It misses, but it tries. Yeah. And we're saying that my score, look guys, I can't give it any higher than a 5.5 out of 10.
Ooh, that'd be the lowest you've ever done.
That is absolutely the lowest in this show that we've ever we've done.
Shit.
Because what works really well is too overshadowed by what I felt negative.
So, how did you feel walking out? As soon as you walked out, how did you feel? As soon as those credits rolled, how did you feel when you walked out? Were you satisfied?
That film wasn't made for me.
Okay.
I felt I was disconnected from it. Like I got to the point where, and this could be just because of me myself watching so many movies, but those glaring points I had with the plot always kept me almost on the outer of the experience rather than being part of the experience is what I really want. So it's a 5.5 out of me. I do think there's some I would say, even with that low score, this film does have some rewatchability factor to it. Yep. And I think people will rewatch this film, probably a lot for the gore scenes, I would say. What about you, Josh? What's your score for The Predator?
For me, it's a tie between 6 and 6.5. Like
That looks pretty low too.
There are things in the movie that I do enjoy, but like you said, those things I didn't really think about it until you brought it up. But then thinking
know
about
it
it in depth,
influenced you.
yeah, I know. But when I walked out of the cinema, I thought it was alright. I probably will watch it again, but probably not for the gory parts. I'd probably rewatch it again just for the banter between all the characters. That was the part of the movie that I think I enjoyed most.
Was it because of the experience in the cinema that we had, or was it just?
I've had worse
It wasn't the best
experiences at the
experience,
cinema and still love the movie.
But it was a mixed crowd. Like, dead set, it was a mixed crowd. We had one father who brought his child who would have been, at least
5 or
six
6?
or seven.
Six
That
or
was-
seven.
yeah.
There
Bad
was
parent.
older people in their 80s, 90s. Like, it was just a mixed crowd. But it just,
Well, Rick, you're avoiding the inevitable.
Oh!
What
Mate.
is your score for The Predator?
Mate, for me, I'd give it a 7.5.
Wow!
I enjoyed it.
enough.
I walked in there, I had high expectations. When I walked out of that cinema, I enjoyed it. I liked the movie. It was just, it is what it is. It was just one of those movies. You didn't have to sit there and think about too much into depth about the whole plot and this and that and all the rest of it. It was just a good old action type movie. That was it.
Yeah, and absolutely,
That's
as
it.
long as you enjoyed it, that's
Yeah.
the main thing. I mean, if you got something out of it,
Yeah,
fantastic.
for sure.
Now, Rick, what I'm really fascinated in is what people out there are going to think of this film. Because it is divided. It's
It is,
divided in
one
this
here.
room.
Yeah.
So, what are they going to think?
It's like a Last
Rick?
Jedi all over again.
Yeah, that's it. That's it, Josh. Rick, how are they going to let us know what they thought of this review and of The Predator?
Guys, all you need to do is give us a comment down below for the video. Also hit that like button for the video as well. And please subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. We really appreciate that. And just follow us all on our social media sites. Easy and simple as that.
Great, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in this review. We'll see you next time. Take care, guys.
See you, dudes.